guys, what's up, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the first ever room/apartment tour on my channel. I started this channel when we lived in a van, and we've been living in vans for the last 4 years. So this is the first time that I've been full-time living inside in a really long time. If any of you guys are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Tori. I am currently working with my husband Josh as the innkeepers, caretakers, resort managers, whatever you want to call it, of a resort here in a very small town in Idaho. We started working at this resort earlier in the summer as work campers and have since been promoted to innkeepers. And with that promotion came an upgrade in housing. So I thought this week I could show you guys around our employee housing and some of the little changes that I've made to make it feel more like us. A lot of the decor that we did have in the van, we've had in our previous vans, and even some of it came from our condo. So all of these little items that we carry with us over the years are very sentimental to us and definitely give off the feeling of home since they've been in all of the different homes that we've lived in. So since this is employee housing, the room did come furnished, but I've moved some things around, added a couple things. If you guys know me personally, you'll know I'm very particular about my living space. I'm very susceptible to my surroundings, so I try and create as peaceful, tidy, just calming environment as I can, especially in the bedroom. The wall here in the bedroom also did come painted. This navy blue, sea serpent blue color kind of is the color palette for the resort, so I did have to change some of my usual go-to colors, pink, and kind of roll with the color scheme of the room, and all of the natural and exposed wood in here is really beautiful. Yeah, so without me blabbering anymore, we can go ahead and get right into the tour.
Welcome to my crib.
When you first walk in, the entryway is a little tight, but to be honest, we don't use this door terribly often. One thing I'll note is there is like a ton of doors in this apartment. So this one goes to a storage room next door, this one goes outside, and this one goes into the employee kitchen. But because this door does go directly outside and like kind of straight into our bedroom, I feel like it just takes away a little bit of our privacy. People can see right into our apartment. I don't know. So generally speaking, I only use that door first thing in the morning to take Haley in and out, and then the rest of the time we go through the front door of the kitchen. So right by the door, I keep my go-to pairs of shoes. These are a wintertime must. And those are like my everyday wears, and these are just a couple of my other favorites. And then over here under the little air conditioner unit, I've got all my weights and my yoga mat. I kind of use this area for my workouts as of right now. And on the other side of the doorway is the door to the storage room next door. Our chair that if you missed last week's video, I found at a thrift store in town for $15, and they gave me this pillow. This might not be the most ideal place for a chair, but with the way that we use the room and the fact that we don't use this door, it feels really cozy, and we've been really enjoying having the extra seat. In the van, the gray couch was kind of Haley's bed, and she has since adopted the gray chair. Tucked behind the chair, hanging on this door to the storage room, since we basically really never go in there, I've got my fanny pack that I use for errands, the little macrame hanging basket that has honestly just become a catch-all, and this little fake plant. I've also added the mirror from the van. I found this at a tiny house festival, my little fake plant, and the macrame from the van. Moving on from the chair is the bed. This bed is a king size, and honestly, we don't know what to do with all of the space. The headboard for this bed has built-in nightstands, which we've really been enjoying. When we were living in the van, my side of the bed was at the back end of the van, so to get in and out of bed in the morning, I had to climb over top of Josh, and I didn't have like a little table to set my things, my books, journal, phone, that kind of stuff. So I've really been enjoying the ability to just get out of bed like a normal person in the morning and have a space for my personal things. On my end table, I've got a salt lamp that I ordered when we moved in that I've really been loving. I've always wanted one and couldn't ever make it work in the van, so that was a little treat yourself moment. We've got some coasters to protect the beautiful wood of the headboard that was here, some of my artwork and crystals from the van, and then down below I've got my journal for first thing in the morning. I like to have it easy to grab, or honestly I won't do it, so. And then I've also got the book that I'm currently reading and my oracle cards. I am currently reading Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I'm only like 2 chapters in, highly recommend. It was given to me by a friend. And then my oracle deck is the Work Your Light deck by Rebecca Campbell, and the artwork on these cards is just so beautiful, so I thought they'd be pretty to display on the nightstand. And then always keep my slippers in reach because it is officially cozy season. We had a bit of a heat wave last week, and then we woke up this morning and it was freezing, and the high is supposed to be like 70 for the next week and a half. So it's officially fall and I'm starting to break out my sweaters. I did recently purchase this kind of shag rug thing, this pillow and a navy blue blanket for the end of the bed to kind of tie in with this beautiful rug that was already here when we got here. I just feel like it makes the bed so cozy, and at the foot of the bed we have the biggest TV we've ever owned, another huge adjustment from van life. We were always watching shows on either our phones or a tablet. And watching TV, anything like that on this is so different, especially as far as advertisements go. When they throw you a food advertisement at like 9:45 at night, food on a screen that size just looks way better. Speaking of sweaters, next I can show you the closet. This was another little decoration that I brought in from the van. I've always been kind of into fashion, and after 4 years in a van, having a full closet is an absolute dream. I also very regularly wonder how we even managed to fit all of this in the van. With our van being the 136-inch wheelbase, which is the shortest wheelbase you can get in a Sprinter van, when we moved everything in here, I was honestly shocked at the amount of stuff we were able to fit in Tina. Down at the foot of my side of the bed, I've kind of created this little get ready area for myself. I don't know about any of you guys, but I've always been a floor sitter when I do my makeup and hair. It's something my sister and I both do. So I was really excited to be able to have like the perfect little spot where I can sit down on the floor and get ready in the mornings. Usually, since sitting on the floor isn't the most comfortable, I'll either grab one of these pillows or this little shag thing off the end of the bed, set it on the floor, and do my makeup right here. So underneath here I have a couple more of my favorite books and my makeup bag so that it's there and ready for me to grab in the morning. I've also added a little plant, a small painting I did, another book, and a candle. And then if you missed last week's video, again, this was another thrift score from the local thrift store. I think this was only $3 and it's so beautiful on this wooden stump. And then behind these little throw pillows, I've got our laundry basket. And on to the next portion of our room. Josh is actually currently right now building a desk for himself to go right here, to have some of his own space since I've kind of taken over that side of the room. But as of right now, this has been Haley's little space. So we've got her food, water bowls, and her toys. And then I found this in the storage room, and our housekeeper doesn't seem to like to use it in rooms because it's white. So I've plopped it in here, put a plant on it. I'm working on propagating some Pathos plants to put in all of our rooms. And since the kitchen of this employee housing situation is a community kitchen, we do share it with the entire staff. So I wanted to have like our own fridge. So to keep some of our snacks, drinks, stuff like that in our room, and to not take up all of the space in the community fridge, we have been keeping some of our stuff in our room in our ice cup. A huge shout out to Iceco for sponsoring this week's video and fueling all of our adventures. If you know me, you know I'm a foodie, so fridge space is definitely important. So most of the time I just kind of keep this little tray sitting on top, but often I use this in the morning on the bed to journal, have my coffee, whatever. But we have absolutely loved having this, not only just in the room, just in general. This is a portable cooler, but it also functions as a plug-in, kind of more permanent fridge or freezer. So this has honestly been a huge upgrade from our setup in the van. Not only can this also be used as a freezer so that I can stash some ice cream in here this winter. Anybody else eat ice cream even if it's freezing outside? Because same. But the other really amazing thing about this cooler is it's 100% portable, which is perfect for our lifestyle because we do live somewhere where we're out on lots of adventures all the time. Because we aren't living out of the van full-time anymore and our adventures tend to be more day trips, this has been the perfect cooler, fridge, all the things for us. Not only has it been a great add to our room, but we love the ability to be able to take it out, stock it with beers, go to the river for the day. Honestly, it's just the perfect cooler for any adventurer, especially someone who's going out on longer trips or car camping. Since you can plug this in, it's the perfect portable solution. Not only that, it is absolutely beautiful and it has these convenient little cup holders on the top. Perfect cooler for camping, and it's honestly been a great addition to our room as well. Next up is our bathroom vanity area, and the random door saga continues. This one is just to the water heater for this building, nothing fancy. Some more of the decor from the van that I brought in. This was handmade by my friend Chelsea. I'll put a link to her stuff in the description box for you guys. Honestly, it's kind of still just really weird to see myself this much every day. Got a lot of mirrors going on. Added the little tapestry from the van as well. I actually used to have 2 of these in our old van. We had a lot more wall space, but now we're just down to the sun. But I think it's kind of a cute add there. Underneath the vanity is not finished off, so we just got some little shelves and stacked our toiletries there for now. If we end up staying here long term, I may decide to do something there. And as someone who's lived out of a car for 4 years, my favorite room, the bathroom. That's right, your girl is the proud owner of a bathtub. These 2 art pieces were behind the couch in the van, and this little hanging thing by the toilet here was here when we got here. So I've just got some bath salts, my headbands, extra toilet paper, soap, and another little painting. And on the back of the toilet, I've got a candle and a fake plant. And that pretty much wraps up the tour of our room. So now I'll show you guys the employee kitchen and maybe a little bit of the office. When you first walk in from our room, we've got the dining table here, still getting used to eating at a table and not in bed. And then this door next to the table is the main entrance that we use to enter and exit the apartment. Just kind of helps us keep our private space, our room, a little bit more private, not having people like see all the way in every time we go in and out. Since we do live here, we try and not make it too obvious that we live right next door to the office, just to prevent guests from knocking at our door when we're not supposed to be working. Again, all of this was pre-furnished when we got here. The owners said that they found this on Facebook Marketplace. So I've just added my Trek Lake Gear blanket from the van, and it actually matches the couch perfectly, so that worked out. Got a little coffee table with some magazines, another giant TV, plants and some coasters. Underneath the TVs, this cute little rocking chair. I've added this blanket and this pillow that were in our van. And then all of this was here when we got here. The last innkeeper added the branch to kind of help hide the cord to the TV, and I think it's so cute. Next to the couch is this big like lantern-y light that I'm honestly kind of obsessed with, and a filing cabinet. It's mostly office stuff in there, a plant on top. And I found this sign and I just thought it was hilarious. So thought that'd be fitting to go right by the office. And moving on to this wall, we've just got a trash can, a step stool, because whoever built this kitchen installed the cabinets way too high for the average person and I can hardly reach. So we've got the step stool there, and this piece of art I'm gonna hang up here. The frame is cracked, so we can't hang it in a guest room, so I thought it might look nice in here. And then right here we've got a sink, another spot to dry dishes, although we've been mostly using the dishwasher to be honest. A much larger coffee pot that I'm used to that you can program, which we've been loving, so my coffee is just ready for me at 5:30 every morning when I get up. A large fridge and freezer, and we've been honestly buying way too much freezer food since we've moved in here. It's our first time having a freezer in a long time, so we've definitely been making use of it. What? I've also been baking like a mad woman since we moved in here, definitely also making good use of the oven. This rug was already in here when we lived here, and it's pink, so you guys know that I love it. Over here we've got a toaster, a plant, a place to dry dishes, and the dishwasher, which has been amazing. It's so funny because I grew up with dishwashers, but after 4 years of van life, I've never loved an appliance more. And that's basically the kitchen. To be completely honest, we don't really spend that much time in here. We end up spending most of our time in our room. Something about the space just being private to us just makes it feel much more comfortable and a little bit easier to relax. From about 9 at night until about 7 a.m. the next morning, the kitchen is private, so we'll definitely come in and out, have dinner, those kind of things. We eat at the table, but we don't really hang out on the couch and use this TV. We are very accustomed to doing all of our hanging out in the bed because we've lived in the van for so long, so we just kind of have been using more of that space, less of this space. And then if you guys have seen any of my other vlogs recently, you may have seen some of The Office. Innkeeper Josh hard at work. I'm truly just obsessed with this tile, and it will be going into my future home one day because I love it. I actually just really love all of the decor in the office, and it's honestly a really peaceful place to work. And that pretty much wraps up the tour of our employee housing for you guys. Honestly, having the office attached to our living space with this type of work has been so convenient. It's made checking on Haley, going back and forth a lot easier. The commute has been wonderful, no traffic ever. And if we forget something at the end of the day, have to run in to take a phone call, we can hear the phone through the wall usually. And me just kind of being a scatterbrained person, there's always at the end of the day like one thing that I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't do that. So now I can just, you know, walk back to work and take care of it, which is really nice. With where the living quarters are situated on the property, we're pretty close by to all of the rooms that our guests are staying in, which also just makes it a little bit easier to know what's going on. Since it's just Josh and I mostly running the place at this point, it's important that we know what's going on basically all the time. So everything's been working out really well, and we are really excited at the opportunity, and we've been enjoying the space so much. If you guys have any questions about our living situation, anything like that, drop them in the comments below and I'll make sure to get back to you guys on those. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, the seasons are starting to change, and this will be the first time in a long time that I've got space to decorate. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't, because we are going to be getting very fall, very pumpkin-y, all the vibes in the next couple of weeks, and I cannot wait. I also at some point will be doing a property tour for you guys if you're interested in more of what the resort looks like and where we're living and working at. So stick around for that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up if you liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one.